company in 1992 when I was 27 years old. That's an acrylic display business. I started networking through the Chamber of Commerce and other organizations I belong to, and just started to quickly realize that networking and connecting with as many people, from as many different backgrounds as possible is really the value to building a good business in any category. So as my story progressed from 1992 over the course of the last 26 years, I went from acrylic into film and entertainment, started a reality TV show that I filmed out in Los Angeles, and got involved with a gentleman who was Elvis Presley's best friend and road manager. We started producing a series of documentaries about Elvis and the Beatles. And at right around 2008, I got the idea to start what is today American Dream Magazine. It originally started as Business Image Magazine. It was really just designed to profile entrepreneurs by featuring them on the cover and doing a cover story. And I had gotten that concept from a similar publication that I had featured myself on in the 90s to promote my acrylic display business. So that's kind of the background of, how I got to this concept. And since 2008, we've been developing the film documentary series, and I've been building American Dream Magazine over that period of time. It started back in 2008, 2009. I started with a print publication. I tried to fill 20 pages with stories of entrepreneurs and ad space, and quickly decided that, selling ad space wasn't what I wanted to do, and having, newspaper type deadlines and dated material. So I developed the concept of morphing this into more of a branding platform where I tell the story of one entrepreneur at a time, and I brand them just like a publicist or a PR firm would brand a celebrity or an athlete. So really a PR firm for entrepreneurs. And what we do now is about a little over a year ago, I was producing what I called a power networking lunch every month. And that was just basically designed to bring entrepreneurs together and go around the room, everybody give their 30 seconds and exchange business cards, which is really what you'll find in any networking group anywhere in the country. So I quickly decided to differentiate myself by videotaping everyone's 30-second pitch and putting those 30-second videos on social media, and then asking my partners and sponsors and marketing partners to share those videos. So the concept really caught on, and then I developed the concept of acquiring a sponsor for each location and producing several locations throughout Chicagoland, because Chicagoland is really 50 square miles with 10 million people. So to pinpoint this to downtown Chicago or any one community didn't make any sense. I wanted to cover all of Chicagoland. So I quickly developed partnerships. For instance, like I did with Randy and Sharon Klein and Rich and Janice Swinney in Naperville. So they're like my partners in Naperville. I have partners in about a dozen different communities from downtown Chicago to every direction, far west, far south, and far north. And it's developed into a club over the past year where the cost of membership includes the production of your American Dream story. We produce that, in a format of a 4-page brochure, a full-color, glossy 4-page brochure. We post that online. We share that to our network, digitally, but we also provide the members with 500 hard copies. You can see my personal story there to the left. So it's basically the entrepreneur on the cover of American Dream Magazine. And then the other 3 pages are basically the telling of the entrepreneur's American dream story and how they got where they are today and what they're all about, so that when people read your personal story, they get to know you on a personal level, and they make a more of an emotional connection. That's the concept. And then, once the story is out, I just go to work like a PR firm, connecting the entrepreneurs to who I think, they need to be connected with, who could suit, them in the pursuit of growing their business. And then, so we're producing one power networking lunch in every community around Chicagoland, which means we're doing over 100 lunches a year. And any member, or even a non-member, you don't have to be a member to attend. Any entrepreneur that attends gets the chance to get up and film that 30-second pitch. So in all reality, someone could attend 100 lunches and cut 100 different videos, all along perfecting or polishing their presentation skills, and just constantly connecting with entrepreneurs in different communities all over Chicagoland. So that's the concept. And once the non-members attend one, two, or several events, they pretty much see the value of joining and becoming a member and having their story published and getting all of the, the direct connection that we give them, and the constant year-round marketing through all of our social media platforms. And what's so powerful about the club is that part of it, I explain this to anybody before they join, is like, hey, I expect you to share the stories and the promotions of the other members, as long as they're not in direct competition with you, as I expect them to share your story and your promotions, so that you've got this vast network of entrepreneurs all working together to promote each other. And then the expos now that we're producing, we're going to have one on May 23rd coming up, is a way to kind of bring all of the members throughout all of Chicagoland together in one space, because there may be a dozen different locations, and you may only go to your own location, or maybe one or two that are close to you, but you haven't met any of the other entrepreneurs from the other 10 or 11 locations. So I want to bring everyone together and, dress your table, get your tablecloth and your banner and your marketing materials, help you with all of that presentation. And then we're going to make videos with each and every exhibitor, a little bit more extensive than just a 30-second pitch. We're going to try to get like a good 1 minute like commercial for your business, all dressed, with you at your table, completely dressed with your brand. The day before the actual expo day, on Wednesday, May 22nd, everyone's invited to set up between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. And from 4 to 7, the last 3 hours, I'm going to allow any exhibitor that wants to participate a minute to speak on stage. We're going to film all of those minutes, and we're going to push them all out on social media the night before the expo. But I'm also going to have a professional speaking coach there to give you advice. Jen Koffel is the CEO of Engaging Speakers here in Schaumburg, Illinois, and I'm really impressed with what she's doing there. So we're going to be partnering with Jen and Engaging Speakers to help everyone, including myself, take your speaking skills to the next level beyond a 30-second pitch. I'd like to, become a keynote speaker and speak for 30 minutes or 60 minutes, in a paid capacity. So I need someone like Jen Koffel and Engaging Speakers to help me get to that next level. So Jen and Engaging Speakers will be a part of all this. And, we've got such an eclectic group of entrepreneurs from across the country, really. We've got Lourdes and her husband, Chris, flying in from California. We've got Brian Rassi flying in from Florida. Rob Pottles, as you know, is flying in from Baltimore. So we've got some pretty heavy hitters coming in, and it's going to be a really powerful event. And, now that I'm part of the Uforia team, and I'm excited that Lourdes and Chris are part of the team as well, I'm really expecting this to really boost our Uforia business as well. So in addition to everyone's business, I mean, it's not designed specifically to benefit myself and my own interests, but everyone that participates whether they're just a vendor or a member or a sponsor. Our goal is to get everyone maximum exposure, not just at the event, but then to carry that on all year round, and obviously to funnel those who are just vendors into the club as members. That's our goal.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of great information, and I hope people can make it to all your events and stuff there. So, a couple questions for you. I'm just shooting off the hip here. I don't have any scripted questions for you.
Uh-huh.
What do you think of VR? What do you think of VR? How it could help your events?
I think this is, the next trend. It's already on my radar prior to you approaching me about this uh, call here. It's been on my radar to get to this platform. I'm glad that you approached me, because you're kind of forcing me into it. I haven't even scratched the surface yet, and from what I'm seeing here on my initial exposure, I'm really impressed. And I know that this is like the computer and the cell phone and social media, right? We have to change with the times, and VR is the next platform, and you got to get on the train, or you're going to be left at the station. So